What's up everybody, I'm Adam, you're watching the Model Aviator channel. In this week's Quick Look Fun Flight episode, we'll be checking out the RadioLink SU27. The SU27 is an ultra-micro-sized airplane, very small, very light. It's well suited for parks, schoolyards, and even many personal yards, given its great slow flight characteristics. It is sold as a ready-to-fly with a couple of different transmitter options and a plug-and-play where you install your receiver of choice and just use your own transmitter. It is a 4-channel airplane out of the box. It's bank and yank. There's no functioning rudder, so you have aileron, elevator, throttle, and that 4th channel switches between the gyro modes in the built-in gyro. Speaking of gyro, the SU27 is equipped with RadioLink's BIME flight controller. That has 3 modes: stabilize mode, gyro mode, and manual mode. The stabilize mode is a self-leveling mode, so if you were to get in trouble, you let go of the sticks and it will right the airplane and level it automatically for you. That's reserved for less experienced pilots. The gyro mode is just normal gyro stabilization. There's no self-leveling to it, but it will lessen the effects of things like wind. And then of course manual mode is no stabilization at all. Another really nice feature of the SU27 is just the overall convenience. It's easy to get out of the package and assembled in seconds, literally. It doesn't take very long to set up, and then you're ready to go fly. And when it comes to that, and bear in mind, I don't know the laws governing model aviation everywhere, but here in the States, this is under the 250 gram limit for remote ID, so it is completely remote ID exempt. No remote ID module needed. You don't have to fly at AFRIA. You can literally go to any safe, suitable place you want that fits your skill level in size and turn that into your flying field. Our SU27 is the plug and play. It came in a convenient carrying case, almost completely assembled. The only thing you have to do is snap the 2 verticals into place. Very simple to do, and that is the extent of the assembly. What is included is the airplane, 2 600 milliamp 2-cell LiPo packs, and of course the manual in the plug and play. And part of the setup is to determine what transmitter and receiver protocol you're going to use. We chose to use RadioLink since it's a RadioLink airplane. We used an R6DS RadioLink receiver with our RadioLink AT10 Mark II transmitter. Now another thing that you need to do with the SU27, it's interesting the way this works. You can see that the elevator and the ailerons are tied into each other. They kind of move in unison via this connecting rod here. You need to remove the control surfaces from the control horns when you get the airplane and work those control surfaces, because those hinges are very stiff and you won't get near the throw that we get. And of course it will flex. You see how the wing flexes a little bit as it is. It was flexing much more before we loosened up those hinges, so you definitely want to do that. Our setup is very simple. We're at 100% rates, 40% expo on elevator and aileron, and that is the extent of the setup. Pretty simple. This little airplane flies good. Of the 3 RadioLink airplanes that we have flown thus far, I think this one is my favorite. Very wide speed envelope. You can actually high alpha this plane a little bit, and that's saying something with it being bank and yank. Typically, if you don't have yaw control with a working rudder, it's very hard to maintain any degree of high alpha and stay stable. I don't know if it's the fact that the ailerons and the elevators are linked together, or if it's just what it is and the way it's constructed with all this lifting area. But the fact is, you get this thing in high alpha and it's pretty stable there. So very wide speed envelope. It's reasonably fast, not wicked quick, but very fast for something as small as it is, being a park flyer. Wicked fast roll rate, a really aggressive pitch rate. That's the reason that we have so much expo. Now one thing, when it comes to RadioLink, if it has that BIME flight controller, which everything they make does, they basically tell you that everything is for a beginner and up. I don't agree with that in a lot of cases, and this is one of those. Yes, there are ways to program the transmitter, dial back the throw, do some mechanical adjustments, put it in the stabilize mode, and it would be something that a beginner could maybe have success with. But a beginner doesn't know how to do any of those things. Those are things that more experienced people know how to do. And if you don't know how to do any of that, you just try to fly it as is in the stabilize mode, yes, it will right itself when you let it go. But every time you try to control the airplane and put an input in, it is going to go as far as it will let you go very quickly. And it's going to be very difficult for you to learn how to be smooth. There are much better trainers than this out there, but as a second airplane, for somebody with a little bit of experience or higher to have a blast with, it's really fun to fly. We'll give you some more flight impressions when it comes to the flying during the fun flight, which is coming up very soon. The only other thing we need to speak on is the price, and right now, as of the date that we release this video through December 2nd, these are on Black Friday sale. Pretty good deal, $169.99 on Amazon for the Ready to Fly with either of the two transmitter options. I strongly suggest the option that comes with a larger transmitter, not the tiny one. You have more control over the plane and the programming from the transmitter if you're going to get the Ready to Fly. You get the plug and play, I think it's $123 I just saw on Amazon. Those prices fluctuate, I think, depending on the area you're in, but it's around about there. And for what it is, we think that's a pretty good deal as well as this airplane flies. So let's get to the flying, and you can see for yourself. We like this thing. It's a lot of fun. It's a really good deal now. We'll put some links in the description where you can check out that Black Friday sale. Maybe add one of these to your hangar if you'd like. Take care of yourselves. Happy flying. Enjoy this fun flight. We did. You can put the SU27 in the stabilized mode for hand launching, but we just hand launched in regular gyro mode. Comes out of your hands pretty easy. We're going to bring it around and establish slow flight. I was amazed I could actually get this thing to high alpha and control it. Here I'm stalling it, that's full back elevator, and it just kind of drops straight down. I'm going to roll it inverted here. It takes quite a bit of down elevator to hold inverted, but you still have some left over. With the pusher configuration, this one is a good bit louder than most Ultramicros. That's a byproduct of the prop tips being so close to parts of the airframe. All in all, very stable and quite a bit of fun to fly.
Got it that time.
I said I got it that time because this is what happened on my first try. Happy flying, folks. We'll see you next time.
Damn it.